Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It took me a second to connect because it was already in progress. So, all right, perfect. Is anybody already in here? No. All right.
And can we wait to start the stream until we have participants either in the Zoom or in person?
Yeah, of course. Okay, the other thing I did is make you a co-host. So when you need to share your screen, you're gonna be able to.
Sorry, were you saying something? I think I had my volume down.
Oh, it's okay. I was saying that I make you a co-host. So when it's
Okay.
time for you to share the screen, you're gonna be able to.
Great.
Okay. Paige is here. Hi, Paige.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. Let me see if I can make you a. I don't know if you want to share your camera, if you can, or the system doesn't let you. Let me know if you want to. And I also just asked Ellen Carr in the at the desk to make an announcement for the program. So since it's already 3:21, we can start at 3:30.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Can you see this screen now?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Great.
Please join us in I-Square for an exciting event. Today, we will have audio-visual coding and we will have
Is anybody in person there or no?
No, no one's here in person,
Oh.
but that's okay. I can just kind of treat it like a YouTube live stream.
Okay. Well, we have Paige with us, so and I'm willing to learn too. So
Great. And who knows, we'll, someone might come on the stream and then see what we're doing and join in.
exactly, yes. All right, if you want, I can start like doing the Facebook stream. And then by the time we connect and everything, it's gonna be close to 3:30.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we live now. If you want, I can present this class. So hi everyone, how are you? This is Celeste from the New Haven Free Public Library in Ives Square. And I'm happy to have today a musician and a coder, Testa. And he's gonna be teaching us some audiovisual coding. So you can take it from here, and I'm gonna be trying to keep an eye on the chat. And if you have any questions, please, in Zoom, you can raise your hand or unmute yourself. And I also gonna be keeping an eye on the Facebook Live. This program is also happening in person and virtually. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, my name is Carl Testa. I'm a bass player and composer. And for a long time, I've been really interested in electronic music using the computer. And over the past couple of years, since the onset of the pandemic, I've gotten really interested in live coding and especially remote collaborative platforms. And the platform that I'm going to show you all today is Estuary. And we can start off just by going to this website, which is estuary.mcmaster.ca. Let's make sure that I can, I'll make sure to put a link in the chat.
Yeah, I can put it for you if you want.
Okay, great. And once you get to this website, there's a lot here that you can learn more about, but this platform is, as you can see, hosted by McMaster University, and it is designed and coded by David Ogborn along with a development team there. And what it is a collaborative platform where you can use all kinds of different live coding languages at the same time with a grouping of people, no matter whether they're in the same room or distributed across the world. And so once you get to this website, today we're going to click on Collaborate. And then you can navigate down to the NHFPL, New Haven Free Public Library room. And you can enter in a username and make sure you enter the participant password, which is live coding, all one word. And that's all lowercase. It'll look like this, but just put it into the participant password box and then click login. And once you do that, you should see, excellent. You should see 8 boxes. So what this is it's kind of like an old-fashioned chat room where anything that I type into this box up here will show up in everyone else's computer as long as they're in the same room. And you won't be able to see it on the live stream, but if I click on this dialog box, there's a variety of languages to select. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select mini title for today. And that's the primary language that we're going to be working with today. But there are others, such as punctual, which is for audio and video. And then there's also Hydra, which is for visuals. And so I'm just going to show you a little bit about how to get started with mini title. And so you can use simple commands. And if we type sound and then double quotes, BTR, and then double quotes again, and I click this play button, it'll start a loop. And I wonder, can you confirm on the live stream whether you can hear this?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, great. And so this loop is started. And if I want to stop the loop, I can type # silence and execute again. Or I can just delete everything and then execute again. And that'll stop the sound. Now, if you don't want to click the play button, you can also use the keyboard shortcut, which is Shift Enter. And that's just a little bit faster. Now, I knew that there was a sound built into Estuary called GTR for a guitar sound. And I'm going to list a few other sounds that we can play with. So if you want to, let's say, not just have a single guitar sound, but you want to create a sequence of sounds, you can do the same thing, sound, double quotes, and then type in the sample names one after another. And so now we have 4 sounds: guitar, bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat, all running in a loop. And I can add more. And as I add more sounds, the sound gets faster because it's putting more sounds in the same space. So the tempo is staying the same. It's just that we're fitting more sounds into that cycle. And now we're back to the one guitar sound. I'll do that again, and this time I'm just going to add one sound each time. And if I want a sound to happen more than once, I can use the times or the asterisks and say, play that 3 times. make our pattern more and more complex this way. Another way to silence the sounds is actually just to execute sound with the empty double quotes. And if you don't want to type sound, you can just type S and that will work just the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a bunch of different samples that we can take a look at. I'm going to copy and paste them from my cheat sheet over here. And actually, if you'd like to see this page as well, this is on my GitHub page. It's the mini title reference, github.com/carltesta/workshops, and then you'll be able to see the mini title reference page there. I'm going to copy.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Would you mind to copy that link and put it in the chat, and I put it in Facebook as well, please?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, when you get a second.
So let's do this. Sure I can access the chat.
So it's right next to, yeah, perfect.
Okay. And what I'll also do is I'll put in a bunch of different sounds that we can use that are for melodies. Actually, I'm going to wait on that one. We're going to use some more textural sounds first. So how many participants do I have in here? So I just have one other participant in the room. So why don't you take a box, and you can do that by just typing up above, type your name, and then select mini title. And what we're going to do is in order to play with this, and so that we can still hear what each other is doing, is we're going to use a technique called a mask. So Paige is going to have the first cycle of sounds, and then I'm going to have the second cycle of sounds. So this code here, what it does is it says in the first cycle, my value is going to have 0, which means my sounds won't come through. But then in the second cycle, the value will be 1, so my sounds will come through. And it'll be the opposite for Paige. And we're just going to have some fun choosing some of these different samples and taking a listen to what we can create for just a couple minutes. Oh yeah, and I'll just write in here, to join us, please go to estuary.mcmaster.ca, click collaborate, then NHFPL, enter your name and the password live coding. Let's see if that'll.
Okay, so I have a question. If I wanna join too, is the code with the mask gonna be different to make it 3 participants?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll do that. And then, Celeste, I'm going to type in your box real quick. gonna look like this.
Okay, perfect. And I just want to say we have Paige as a guest today. And Paige is also our coding programmer, software developer from Learn to Code on Thursdays. So you also can check that class out.
Excellent. All right, let's see. All right, we have fourth participant. So feel free to grab a box and select mini title as your language. And we're going to add a cycle to everyone's code. And the great thing about this platform is that everyone can see each other's code. So we can really just kind of learn from each other and not have to worry about knowing exactly what we're doing, but rather seeing, oh, I see someone did this thing, I'm going to try that as well, and that's how we learn. All right, so everyone click the play button. And if you haven't put any sounds within your double quotes, you can go ahead and do that now.
That's good.
Keep it up. Add some more sounds in here. Let's see. Now these sounds are not just single sounds; they're actually folders of sounds. And if you want to choose one within the same folder, you can use the colon. All right, and now let's silence our code with the silence command, number sign silence. Excellent. So when you combine sounds, you just need one S command. You can put in as many sounds as you want. But let's say you didn't want them to happen one after the other, but you wanted them to happen at the same time.
Uh-huh.
You can run them in parallel by using a shortcut here with square brackets. So let's say I wanted the guitar and then the coffee happen together. Put it in square brackets, separate them with commas, and then they should happen at the same time.
Oh, that's fun.
And you can do the same rhythmic manipulations with that, and that you're just creating parallel musical lines. Furthermore, if let's say you wanted to add a little bit of randomness to the choices, you could separate each sound with a pipe, and you find this character if you press Shift and then the / above the Enter key, and then you can tell the mini title that you wanted to choose one of these sounds each cycle. And I could even say I want 4 of them, but choose which 4. Okay. I'm going to go to our mini title sheet, and I just want to remind myself of a few things. Okay. So in the same way that we can have more than one sound happen in a row, we can also say play this sound, but only every other cycle. So divided by 2 would be every other cycle. Divided by 3 is every 3 cycles. We can use that to create some variation within our patterns. You can even combine them. Maybe not. I got too carried away with that one. Okay, so let's try this again with the mask, but just adding a little bit to what we've already been learning. And then I'll add in some melodic sounds that we can play with. Well, I'll show you one more thing. For example, the glitch sound or the print sound. Let's do print. Again, that's a folder of a lot of different sounds, and you can choose which sound you want by using the colon and then 1, 2, 3, etc. Or 0 is the same as print by itself. But another way to do that is to use the command N, which stands for index, and I can say I want a random sound. And what this command is doing is saying, give me a random integer between 0 and 12, basically, or 0 and 13. So now when I play this, we'll get a string of random printer sounds. You can
That's so cool.
use it with any of these different sounds. Take this one out. And then further little bit of randomness is to put a question mark after your after the sound or the number of sounds, and then it'll remove 50% of the sounds. So with just a little bit of code and a little bit of randomness, you're generating something that's a little more intricate, a little more complex. Okay, so let's put together our masks again. We have 5 people in. All right, still 4. Let's experiment using some more of these different techniques.
I'm not sure if mine is playing or not.
Oh, let's see here. All right, I'm going to jump in your box and just
Thank
get
you.
rid of that. And we can put that outside of your sound. So you have the sound command, and then after that comes the N. That should work. If you want to change the volume, you can change the gain with 0.5 would be half as loud.
Okay, where should I put that? Can you put it for me?
That at the end.
Okay.
right, so now let's end things by all turning our gain down to 0. You can do it gradually. You can kind of fade out. Nice, very nice. I was going to say we can you can also control the speed of the sound, which affects the pitch with the speed command. And 1 is the default, so that's playing at normal speed. If you put in a 2, that would be twice as fast, so it would sound an octave higher. And if you do 0.5, it's half as fast and it will sound an octave lower. And you can also put in rand to say, give me a random number between 0 and 1. And then that gives some interesting effects. Excellent, excellent. Okay, very cool. So we've mostly been working with percussive sounds and kind of noisy sounds, creating different types of rhythms. But you can also use this to make melodies. And within the mini title reference, I've kind of pulled out some sounds that all begin on the note C. And this will be important because the way you create melodies is with numbers. You can use either numbers or note names. But here's the basic way to do it. You can put in the note command and give it a scale. So I'll give it the minor scale. And then numbers between 0 and 7 correspond to the notes in that scale. If I just do this, we will get a major scale. And when I'm going to do something here, I'm going to say, don't play this in 1 cycle, but slow it down. Play it over 2 cycles. So slow to $, and then the notes 0 through 7 with the guitar sound. And the nice thing about this scale command is that I can then change the scale to a major scale or a variety of other scales. Okay, so that's nice. You can create different melodies. One thing we haven't talked about is actually if you don't want a sound, you can use the tilde, which is a rest, and that can go in any of your spaces. That can go in any of your spaces within the pattern. So let's listen to this one. Another way to bring in a little bit of space into your sounds you can use rests explicitly like this, or you can also say degrade. And what this does is it's very similar to that question mark I used earlier, where now it will say degrade this pattern. So only play it half of the time. That really adds a lot of space to the music and kind of creates a different texture, different feeling. So generally what you can do is choose let's say you can choose a rhythmic unit that you want to work with and a scale that we're going to work with. So let's use Dorian, and let's try to use these various sounds down here to create a melodic improvisation. And slowing things down even more than twice as slow is really great, because it just adds a lot more variety and space. And if you want to have different parallel lines, you can use a stack. So you can type at the top stack and then bracket, and then you put commas in between your patterns. Excellent, excellent, very nice. All right, we can set our gains to 0 or set them to silence. I've just kind of been blazing through a lot of different things. Anyone have any questions about anything we've done so far? And I'm going to check the time. Good. Okay. We've done cool. All right. So I'm going to show you all a few more functions in different ways that you can change the patterns that you're creating. I'm just going to start from scratch here. So you may want to, for example, shuffle or scramble your note choices. So you can input your scale and choose your sound. I'm going to choose this one. And kind of in combination with something like degrade, and you can also put in a scramble and the number of items you have. So the scramble 8 will now, instead of playing the scale in order, each time it plays, it's going to change the order, and it'll actually, it can play one note more than once within a cycle. So first, actually, I'm going to do it just the scramble without the degrade. And now I want this actually to be faster, twice as fast. So instead of entering more numbers, I'm going to type in fast 2. And now I'm going to degrade it so it only plays 50% of the time. And finally, I'm going to do one other thing. Within the scale, I can add notes to other notes, and in this way kind of create almost a chord progression. And these greater than and less than signs say only play one of these numbers per cycle. Let's listen to this. If I stack this and create I can create a bass line below it. And the reason this works is because I'm taking this whole scale pattern and adding it together with this other pattern to change basically to change the starting note.
No, I just said never.
You'd be able to do it.
No, I never diarrhea.
Okay, any questions about notes from anyone? Or scales? How many people do we have in the ensemble right now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 5? I think we have 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the masking technique. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with everyone putting sounds into one cycle. And then once we've done that for a little bit, we'll all remove the masks and then we'll hear what it all sounds like together. And everyone's going to be able to either do melodic sounds with these scales or these more textural percussive sounds that we were working on before. I'm going to put all these possibilities.
Is melodic like this guy Macron, who's the French president?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You know?
No. Okay. You all could hopefully see the sample list better on your screens. So make sure that your mask has 5 slots. And I can get that to you there. So last I'm going to add for you, whoops. Be in the 4th slot. And for this person, if anyone wants to take it, it'll be in the last one. Okay. Everyone ready? Should we try this?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so you can hit execute or play. All right, now let's all remove our masks so that then these are all going to happen at the same time.
Okay.
right, everyone now is going to add another command at the end. Number sign cutoff 250. And then we can gradually fade it out. Celeste, I'll jump in your box. I think that should do it. And Paige, if you put another gain out here, then that'll apply to your whole stack.
Oh, nice.
And then those sounds are so long, that's why they're kind of gradually tapering off. But that was really nice. I liked hearing each person's contribution in succession, cycles in a row, and then when they all got combined, that was a really effective transition, I thought.
It was really nice. It was very cool. Yeah. It was really.
Questions? How are we doing on time?
We
Does this
close to the time. Yeah, it's 4:26.
And what time does this go till?
Close to 4:30. If maybe a few more minutes. We do close at 5 today.
Okay.
The library.
Yeah, we'll finish up in just a few minutes. I want to make sure everyone knows how to learn more about all of what we're doing today.
Yes.
So again, the website is Estuary, and you can get here estuary.mcmaster.ca. There's built-in tutorials about the different languages that you can use. And so what we've mostly been using is called mini title or title cycles. It's also something called punctual, which is for audio and visuals. And then Sinicero, which is for text, videos, and pictures. And if you want to learn more about live coding in general, you can go to toplap.org. And here they have listings of all kinds of different events happening around the world, different listings of software that you can learn about, and it's just a great resource. You can also find out more about title cycles at titlecycles.org. This is the version of title that we're using built into Estuary is just a little bit different than the title cycles that you would install on your computer, but it's pretty close. And the only difference is in all their examples here, they precede all the commands with a D1 $sign. In Estuary, you don't need the D1 $sign. That's kind of assumed. So you just take everything after that. But there's lots of good reference and documentation on the Title Cycles website if you want to learn more about the language. And then I'm putting a lot of materials about these workshops on my GitHub, github.com/carltesta/workshops. And then finally, you can learn more about the workshops on my website, and I'll list the upcoming workshops here. So thank you very much for joining today. I will stop sharing. And that was really fun. And, you know, tell your friends and you can collaborate with them remotely. You can teach them about mini title and have a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Carl, for this session. I think it was great. And the fact that we also did it like in Facebook now, a lot of people can see it after hours. And yes, if you guys have any questions, please email us or call us or come to IC Square. And I think we have another session next month, correct?
Yeah, I think next month it might be completely remote. So
yes, yeah, it is. It's gonna be completely remote. All right, thank you so much and have a very good weekend, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Carl. And bye, Paige.
All right, thanks.